Welcome back to this third day of Tusk and this series of Wire talks we're doing at Tusk. My name is Derek Walmlsey. I'm the editor of The Wire. I want to send out heartfelt thanks to Lee for getting us up to Gateshead once again to do these talks. It's always a total blast to do them. And if you want to read about some of the music which you see at Tusk each and every year, buy The Wire every month. We did, with our Q&A yesterday, we had Ashtray Navigations, who were on the cover about 18 months or so ago, which is around the same time which we did a feature on today's duo, which was Senyawa from Indonesia. So I'm just going to tell you a bit about Senyawa. So, you know, Senyawa are a sort of duo who sound really like no one else around in the world, I'd say. They're from Indonesia. The two of them came together at a jam session in Yogyakarta maybe 5-6 years ago, and they've been playing together ever since then. And you'll be able to see them tonight. They're closing the festival, I think, tonight, shortly before midnight. So we're going to talk to them for a bit. You'll be able to ask some questions at the end. So yeah, just say thanks to Senyawa, and we'll kick off the talk. So Senyawa, is Rully?
Yeah,
and Wukir.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's listen to...
Hello.
Thank you. Yeah, that was what I was asking you to do. Thank you. So, I said they're kind of quite an unusual sounding band, so I thought to set the scene, if you don't know them, we'll maybe just listen to a bit of their music, just to give you a sense of what the hell's going on.
Cendana di atas batu sudah diikat dibawa pulang. Adat dunia memang begitu. Benda yang buruk memang terbuang. Benda yang buruk memang terbuang. Parang ditetak ke batang sena, belah bulu taruhlah temu. Barang dikerja takkan sempurna bila tak penuh menaruh ilmu. Parang ditetak ke batang sena, belah bulu taruhlah temu.
So this is a track called Bekal Ilmu. Bekal Ilmu. What does that title mean?
Is in Indonesia, for example, in the US, you have rap, right? Like where there's lyrics that have rhymes and beautiful and nice. In Indonesia, we have something similar called pantun. It's an old tradition from the Malay a tradition where you initially it was spontaneous. You go to a lady that you like and you say pantun to her, like a very beautiful rhyming word, but it's very nice. So I use that as the lyrics to this one, and most of this pantun, it tells about like not advice but wisdom, something like that. So this has the same content as well. So it's like bekal ilmu means knowledge that you need to prepare. So it's all about knowledge that you need to prepare when you're older or something like that. So it's
song about wisdom for
something like that. But it's influenced heavily by this pantun tradition. So
pantun tradition.
Yeah.
Is that a very old tradition? Or?
Very old tradition.
Okay.
Is, yeah. Mm.
And how does the music happen? Like, really, you sing,
Yes.
and Wukir, you play your instrument. Maybe you could just say a little bit about your instrument and what is it? The bambuwukir.
Yeah, bambuwukir.
Bambuwukir. What is
Yeah.
bambuwukir?
Bambuwukir is a modification instrument. That the material I using is bamboo, and then I put a string, like, and then I use the skin from the bamboo too. The sound like percussion. For that song, I play like spatula, like just spatula, normal
spatula?
spatula,
Wooden.
Okay,
wooden,
yeah.
yeah. And then
What do you do with the spatula?
I put 3 string, and then I'm making like a notation what I wanted, and then I put like metal from
the
bicycle.
Oh,
And
the
I put
chain.
string, yeah, and then the string from for the people play tennis.
Tennis string.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then put the guitar pickup. The idea is coming when I very miss with my village, and then because I am tour a lot, and then always moving on the city, not just from in my hometown. Some I miss, and then about the traditional how in my village, like if some family they have a like ceremony, they cooking, neck burn coming, and then they cooking together. After that, they bring all the food, like bring it together, and then send it to the neighbor. That's the idea come from.
There's a lot of ideas and a lot of modifications.
Yes.
to the instrument. Because Senyawa is just the two of you, but you get a lot of percussion type sounds from your instrument and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you brought your instrument
Yes.
with us. I don't know if you'd maybe like to
Yes.
get it out.
Yeah, if they want.
Yeah, if
I
you'd
said,
like to bring
okay.
it out, maybe
Okay.
we could, just to try and give you a sense of how they do their thing. These guys have been sound checking since about 2 minutes ago. Okay.
Yes.
This is spatula.
This is the spatula. Okay.
Yeah, this is real spatula. I just buy it from a traditional market. I put spring here. Spring, and then
Could you maybe hold the microphone? Could you want us to hold the microphone?
Yeah, but it doesn't. It is with a pickup.
yeah,
So,
you
but
can put that.
but
Yeah.
for example, but it's not sound like this in the pickup. It's gonna be
Okay.
heavy.
You wanna put that?
I'm not sure we can.
Or-
I'm not sure we'd have the lead for that, but
Just
But
come.
anyway,
so
yeah.
tell us a bit about
Yeah.
how you would play it.
Sometimes I play. This is for the bass, very bass, like you hear before, and then I play like little bit normal guitar, but not really like, not really normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the American banjo player Paul Metzger? He has a banjo, but he has many different things to his banjo: extra strings,
Okay.
extra resonators.
Yep.
So he can also do that same thing of playing a string instrument, but being able to
Yep.
bring a bass into
Yep.
it by twanging
Yep.
something,
Yep.
like a whole world of sound in one instrument. Wow. Okay. Maybe
This different.
just tell us a tiny bit about what
Yeah,
you've got
this
here
is
too.
modification instrument. This bamboo is the material. Wukir is my name.
Bambuwukir.
Yeah, they call this bambuwukir. My friend gives the name. Actually, one week after that, he died, and then I decided, okay, I use that name. Yeah, this is the skin from bamboo.
If I hold your microphone, you can talk at the same
This
time.
is the this is the bamboo. Nice. Yeah, this is the bamboo. The skin from bamboo, like this. Sound like percussion. And this is the normal, like this. And then can really loud if the.
When it's plugged in, when it's plugged in, it'll be so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be distorted in there
Yeah,
as well.
I use a very cheap contact microphone, just $10, €10, yeah. $10. Yes, this is. I put 3 because I want very not just loud, but very strong sounds. Yeah.
Sort of thick, deep
Yeah,
sounds. Yeah.
one I put in bass M for this bass M, and then I like this Gallian Kruger, and then this is for middle. I put in guitar M, and then one again if they don't have a really strong sounds, I put in the DI book. One instrument going to 3 input, and then just it. Yeah.
Wow. So you can get a whole, level of sounds in various ways, plugging into amp, DI, etc., from just one.
Yeah. I
instrument.
play with the bow too. With the bow.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
It's amazing seeing it close up because those big, thick bits of bamboo. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a circular guitar made out of
This is
wood.
already almost 9 years. Yeah.
Well, it's fantastic to see that. Maybe you could tell us a bit about like what your songs are about, because obviously we heard that piece of music here and you described that piece of music. Maybe tell us, but obviously people won't necessarily understand and the lyrics. Tell us a bit about do you write songs? What kind of things do you like to write about, and what are the main themes you tend to write about with Senyawa?
Well, Senyawa basically.
I should ask also.
Yeah.
Does it mean anything,
Yeah,
Senyawa?
literally means like in the alchemy table. If you mix this element and this element, it will create Senyawa. It's create this what's it called, a compound. So that's
Compound,
what it literally means. But it also means in a literature, in poetic word, it means one soul.
One soul.
So that is the basic idea of the lyrics as well. So every lyrics are all about the reaction or the relationship between nature and human, or human being. So this relation can be sometimes very fragile, but very strong and beautiful at the same time. So many things to explore just in this relationship. So all the songs are all about that.
How did you come to write songs about that subject? Is it just always something you've been interested in, or is it a particular reason you picked the subject of nature?
Yeah, for Senyawa, because I have text for Senyawa in one bag and different kind of text and for different projects. So it's all like okay, for Senyawa, this will be the perfect theme.
Okay.
Because you see, bamboo and all this represent nature, and voice represent human. And it's perfect, like, yeah, just all about that. And Senyawa, it literally means that, you know. So, yeah.
I know you have a bit of a background in metal, or in interest in metal, and it reminded me a little that you're singing these songs about nature, and the music can be quite loud, but it's not got drums or anything like that. It can be almost a bit like metal songs, but with a lot of the instruments sucked out, but you've still got these kind of, you know, strong, deep vocals about nature, which I don't know, a Norwegian metal band like Immortal or something might have these, you know, lyrics about nature kind of thing.
Well, we're not necessarily influenced by metal, but both of us listened to metal music when we were teenagers, as any other Indonesian young people back then. We don't listen to it anymore. The reason is that we thought that is limiting to what we want to do. So we don't want to search anymore. I think that's okay, that's, you know. But we really love listen to metal when we were young, and it's already part of us that we cannot just erase. So whenever we make something, it's already there. So you don't pick, oh, okay, I want to be influenced by this band, and it's not like that. So it's already there. So yeah, so
that's where you're coming from. It's not where you're going, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But metal is a very, very big thing in Indonesia.
Huge, yeah.
Tell us a bit more about that. What kind of styles of metal people are into, and
well, metal and punk music were kind of the first underground music in Indonesia. So, of course, from the 90s, I guess. I mean, the underground scene started in Indonesia around 90s, and then before 98, we didn't have access to many information. We were under dictatorship until 1998. So, and after that, with internet as well, we have like flood of information. We got everything, but the scene was already there for metal and hardcore and punk. So those three basically are the underground, you know, the most experimental you can get in Indonesia. So it's already have root, and now it's very strong. Even kids love them everywhere. Any kinds of metal, you name it, any kinds, they know, they love it, yeah.
So tell us a bit about where your background musically, your history. Rully, when did you start singing, and Wukir, when did you start playing? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I only started singing maybe about 10 years or 15 years maximum. Seriously, I mean serious singing. Before that, I was a writer. I like to write, and then I never thought of doing like serious singing, let alone the extended singing. So yeah, because I studied in a normal band, a teenager band, and then okay, I like singing, but then I want to do more, but it's limiting. So I tried more extended vocal, and by doing that, I get in touch more with myself because of doing more vocal. You more realize that it's very personal thing. It's very very inward thing, and
you're using more of your body.
Yes, and this is very important spiritually. So I look even deeper, and then until I'm still doing it. So it's still.
Were particular extended techniques that you discovered, and it was like, wow, this I get in touch with a whole different part of myself.
Yes.
What particular techniques might you use?
Many kinds, and I have this mental image in my head when I do the performance, like layers, and then I can just like an instrument. It's like tall like this, which is basically like my throat or something like that. And then, okay, I want to use this, and then I want to use this, and then how if I move fast from here to this? So it's like there's this mental image when you do that, for me, it's like a trick.
Yeah.
Like that.
Sounds almost sort of out of body in a way, that you have this kind of vision of how you're using your throat. Wukir, tell me a bit about
Okay.
yourself and music. When did you start playing?
I'm starting play music for making music for the theater community. When I am 12 years old, I am already working with the theater in East Java. That's a small city. And then until 16, I am moving to the big city in Jakarta. And then still doing for the theater. And I'm making so many theater music for the theater, and then poetry. And
What kind of theatre music using instruments like this?
different instrument. Yeah, that's how maybe I am starting making the instrument. The first is like. If a director needed like, oh, I need music like that, I'm never making from the laptop. I just making with anything. And then
Sure.
just because I think easy for me if just grab the stone, grab the anything, and then okay, this like you want, and then that's growing until I have a lot of instrument.
So you might use a stone to make sounds.
Yeah, it's different. So now it's now it's very different. Now it's many instrument, and then I have instrument now. Yeah, and then I am becoming instrument builder now.
So are you both from, and maybe still live in Yogyakarta? Is that right?
We both live in Yogyakarta right now, even though we tour a lot, but we come from different areas. He comes from East Java, and
East Java.
I come from a totally different island called Sulawesi or Celebes, and I moved to Yogyakarta since 96, since when I was still 15 or 14 until now. And then he moved to Yogyakarta maybe 7 years ago or something like that. Yeah.
Is there any influence from, Javanese traditional music on what you do? I mean, as a Westerner, I listen to some Java music, and it has a bit of a sense of a sort of floating sense of time, and kind of, use of silence and very kind of, unusual sense of time. But that might just be me because I'm a Westerner. I'm just wondering if you have that same thing in Senyawa music. There is this sense of like waiting and that kind of tension of waiting, maybe.
Not necessarily that, but of course there's influence. But as I said, with the metal music, is not a conscious decision to make that as influence, because we are Indonesians. We've been listening to the traditional music since we were a kid, and even if we didn't want to, but it's already
there.
It's every day. And then when we make music, this influences all the traditions, and the Western music is part of us. We don't want to say we're purely traditional musicians, or we're really noise musicians. We don't like tradition. It's just not that way. So of course, but the energy, what is more important, I think. If you guys go to see Senyawa tonight, you will see it's not the composition, or it's not the technique that you will pay attention to. You don't pay attention to any of those things. You don't care. Oh, it's a good intro. Oh, it's a good. It's not like that, because I notice in Western music you have that academics approach to some kind of music. Like when you see the way you appreciate music is by understanding the level of complexity or the beauty of the composition. For Indonesian music, particularly the traditional music, that is not the main attraction. The main attraction is the energy. I just love it. Oh, it's already 5 hours I've been listening to this music, because it's not about the composition. It's all about, you don't care anymore. You don't care about what they're saying. How, the composition is just feels good, and then or scary or something like that. But there is a sensation and energy that you would like to enjoy. Yeah.
So when you that's really interesting. So when you guys get up on stage, you'll have an idea of what the first song you play is, but it's not really that you're thinking about the composition. No. You're thinking about the moment and you know, what each of you are doing, and you know, and the audience, and just, you know, there's maybe a sense of sort of tension in the room or something like that.
Of course, we have to play safe. Like we have like set, you know. Okay, we play this song, but of course it will always be different, depend on the sound system and the audience. The song can be only for 1 minute or can be 15 minutes longer than usual. So it all depends.
Okay, cool. Can you tell us about a guy called Wok the Rock? Tell us who Wok the Rock is. He brought you guys together, maybe?
Friend, yeah. He have Yes No Wave label. He like owner for the Yes No Wave label, free download label. The first time I come to Yogyakarta, I just come to him and then, who you? I'm Wukir, and then yes, this is my album, solo album. Can you release me? And then just give it okay, and then I'm go. After that, he invited me to play in Yes No Club.
Yes No Club.
Yeah, Yes No Club.
His festival.
Yeah,
yeah, cool.
And then when I play there, and then he just really just come out and just jumping on the stage, and then after that. 4 days after that, we decided to come to studio for recording some song.
So the first time you played, and then a few days later you were recording for the first time.
So Wok said, okay, hey, Rully, you have to meet this guy, Wukir. He just arrived from Malang, and then, okay, I just come to the show, and then, wow, okay, and then say, you should join on stage, you know, and improv, and then, and after that, so basically, we played together before we properly introduced to each other. So, and then 4 days after that, we have recording. Yeah.
I remember we interviewed you in The Wire maybe 2 years ago. A writer called Clive Bell interviewed you, and you were saying that in Yogyakarta there's maybe not much of a scene of sort of experimental music, but you know, there seems to be quite a lot going on over there.
Yes.
We wrote a little bit recently about something called noise bombing in Yogyakarta, where people are doing gigs outside, like maybe just plugging in a public place and playing, and you've done the same sort of thing as well, I think, like playing outside to just the public and stuff like that. Maybe tell us a bit about what that was like, you know, what people thought of it. And
well, the problem in Indonesia are the lack of venues and proper sound system. We have audience. Audience, I think, right now are open to any kinds of music, even if they don't like it. If there's show, because so many people in Indonesia, so they will always like, okay, let's go to that. But the problem is the sound system was sometimes really bad most of the time, and then there's not enough good venue. You know, even there is good venue, got me very expensive, and they don't take weird music most of the time. So people have their own community, and then they just make their own scene. So just like this noise bombing people, which is really growing really rapidly right now. And then more and more people are into noise right now because of them, you know. Harsh noise mainly. And
harsh noise?
Yeah,
okay.
Mainly, yeah. And now also starting to play some modular scenes as well. So pretty exciting times last few years.
It sounds cool.
Yeah.
I wonder why a lot of people are into like harsh noise. Is that because you can start it with like all kinds of equipment? You don't need like a synthesizer. You could just have some like pedals or something like that. Or
partly, and one other reason I think is because of the noise, the real noises, the city. You know, here in Europe, city are quite relatively less noisy compared to countries in Southeast Asia. Very noisy, like 24 hours, very noisy. You cannot make like tiny sounds. You cannot compete with the noise, you know. So I think that's one of the reasons I think people are trying hard to get themselves heard.
Do you do people use like generators in certain bits of Indonesia to make electricity? You know, the kind of like so. Because if you go to countries where they use generators to make electricity, all of a sudden the sounds of a city are completely different to one where you can just plug into, you know, the electricity.
Yes.
You know, so interesting. So yeah, here we sometimes have improvised musicians playing very quietly, but in Indonesia, harsh noise is a way to kind of get yourself
you
heard and make a
can
statement.
play small noise if you have proper venue. Yeah, that's why.
Okay. What else is kind of good in Indonesian music? There was a compilation released recently on a good record label called End of the Alphabet Records, which is out of New Zealand, and there was some bands there with like really cool names like Grind to Bacan and a lot Apocalyptcore and stuff like that. And just wondering like what interesting music is coming out of the kind of people you play with in Indonesia. What should we look out for in Indonesia?
Well, I can tell you this: everybody, young people, maybe 80% play music there, because music everywhere, every area have traditional music and always active and alive. And young people love music. They all have bands, play in bands, but again, Western culture is very strong. Is the influence. So most of the music there, if you go there, you will see standard American rock bands or British pop, British rock, a lot of like that, and Japanese influenced bands as well. Yeah, but occasionally you will have bands that are playing around with traditional music. Most of them are bad because they just use, for example, gamelan and mix it with standard drum and bass, and or with progressive rock or jazz, and
it's a bad mix.
For me, I think it's not the right way to mix because it becomes exotic. You know what I mean? It becomes
exotic. Yeah.
Yeah, exotic. It becomes too easy, and too easy. I think so. But there are also some music in Indonesia. It's not the instrument. It's the way they sing. It's the way that they move. It's the way they make the sound that is based on the root. Yeah, which is better. Yeah.
Obviously, like Senyawa have been touring around a lot very recently, and you seem to be on tour quite a lot. Is it easy playing to audiences who obviously don't understand the words of the songs? What kind of audience? What do you think the audiences in, let's say, Europe think of what you do?
Well, I think they like. I don't know. I hope they. I think they like it.
Yeah.
I think they like it. Yeah. You keep getting asked back.
Even I feel the song's really bad for me, but they still coming and then, this it's the best concert, but the song is but really weird, but okay. And then, it's Japan is good, because very loud sometimes. I like it. USA is okay, it's good. Yeah. Australia is okay, it's good. Yeah, so I think I don't know why they like. I don't know.
Yeah, I think people like your music because it just sounds very different to other things. Like you're a duo, but it's not a simple guitar and voice. It's an instrument which has lots of different sounds and possibilities, and also lots of different sounds and possibilities of the voice. So it's just two people, but it just kind of sounds like it's coming from somewhere kind of quite unusual. Or it's the sounds are very fresh sounds. That would be my take on why people seem to get what you do.
Maybe what I like is when I'm on the stage, like I bring all my energy, I bring all what I have. I bring all when I try.
Do you have Other
always.
projects, apart from Senyawa, do you do music alone or with other people as well?
Yeah, we both have our own different projects. Have solos as well, different solos, and
Tell us a bit about them. What are they like? Are they similar or very different?
depends on. I have so many other projects that I also like. Also collaborate with many different musicians and all different kinds, and Wukir as well. And I also have my own choir projects that I've been doing a lot recently as well.
How many people in your choir?
It's not a choir group; it's a choir system. So I will go to a place, even like here, and then I will ask you to join my workshop for a few hours, and then we do the choir. So it's something like that, and I move on to different places, and people who've done the choir can continue themselves. So yeah, but it's experimental, of course. It's wild and crazy choir, and improvised.
Improvised
Yes.
experimental choir. That sounds great.
Yes.
Yourself?
I working with a performance artist, so with Melanie Suryadamo and with Aramayani sometime. But I do sometime exhibition too about the instrument.
An instrument exhibition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like 3 years ago, 2 years before, curating, like a visual curator.
Curator.
Curator. That's
Sorry, curator. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
They invite me to like exhibition. Like now, I think still they have some exhibition in Korea. I send my 2 of my artwork there, and then I starting making the very old band too. I have been to in Bali, I have been in Malang too, and many things.
Looking ahead, do you think you will stay, living in Yogyakarta in the future? You tour around a lot. I'm interested whether you think it is an easier place to be a creative person in Yogyakarta or maybe living elsewhere in Europe. Sometimes musicians seem to move to Europe to carry on exploring their art. In the future, do you think you'll stay based in Indonesia?
Still not sure. Still thinking.
Okay.
It's very cold though in Europe. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, lovely, but sometimes can be really cold. So
What's it like in Indonesia? It's quite hot. I mean, and maybe quite humid as well.
Yeah, it's very humid.
Does the instrument stay in tune, or is that a problem?
The instrument is tropical, so it's perfect when it's there. Sometimes
Okay.
he had to retune when it's in Norway, for example, places like that. Yeah.
And also, Senyawa was the duo of the two of you, and you guys met and you started recording music straight away. I just wanted to ask about your relationship kind of thing. Do you guys get on like really, really well? I mean, you started recording right away. Do you have fights and tensions and creative differences
We
between?
have zero, nothing in common, like personality and likes
Okay.
and nothing except the music. That's it. So
How are you different then?
everything, just long hair. I have no hair, and then everything, Yeah. So, but we work really well on stage. When we compose, we just like that. It's very easy. But yeah, other than that, he likes dark coffee. I like coffee with milk and sugar, and all different.
Maybe that's the secret that you don't. Okay, cool. Wukir, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Me neither. So yeah.
The secret of a good, long-lasting relationship. Maybe we could open it out, and if you want to ask some questions of Senyawa, you'd be very welcome to. I highly recommend you catch them tonight as well. Anyone want to ask any questions of the duo? In the green top there.
It's not so much a question, but maybe next time if you could bring a choir system as part of your coming to this town.
Right.
That would be a lot
Yeah.
Yeah, choir workshops sounds great. You know, people love getting involved in those kind of
Yes, and
ideas.
it's very easy. We don't need amplification. We just need good acoustic room, space, and people. That's it.
Is there anything in particular you teach them or encourage them to do? Or
Well, it's basically, it's not teaching them how to sing or make, not teach them how to sing, or it's just teach them to express with their voice, to be able to express with the voice, and by doing that, you will be surprised to see how much confidence you will get, you know? So it's all about the confidence, and then in the end, it's not about music, because the music will be just all this crazy, wild, you know, but people, you know, learn to express, and then by doing that, they'll be really confident. And I always propose to the organizer to have a concert, not just the workshop, but the concert, because it's very important. As artists or musicians especially, we're very used to be on the spotlight. You know, we have that sensation of feeling, very good feeling, that not many people can have that. You know, imagine a nurse or some guy who works in that, you know, they never, you know, have that kind of feeling, a sensation of being on the spotlight. People see them and then they clap and then you know, it's a very interesting sensation. I wish they have that feeling too, you know. So just come to my workshop, follow my guide, you know, how to use the system, and you will be able to use your voice in the ways you want. So it's not the way I want, it's the way they want. So, and after the concert, people will appreciate, and of course it will make them a better person, I hope. Yeah.
Sounds great. Anyone else like to ask a question? Don't. Oh, you guys went up exactly the same time. I'm going to go for this guy here.
You say there was a lot of influence with punk and metal around about late 90s. Were there any UK bands that stood out as being very influential in Indonesia or very popular? Any UK bands? A lot, yeah.
Punk and metal.
Sex Pistols, really big. Who else? Metal bands. Well, I love Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden was my, you know, Bruce Dickinson was my hero even until now. Still really great, and yeah, they're really big there. Yeah, I think Iron Maiden will be #1 biggest UK metal bands in Indonesia. I think, yeah, Iron Maiden, yeah.
I think aren't they the biggest, you know, commercially, they're the biggest band in the world now, or they're at least top 3, probably like Coldplay is bigger, but because they're huge in South America and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
maybe you could do what Iron Maiden do, you could fly yourself around the world, because Bruce Dickinson is a pilot, so he flies them around the
No,
world.
thanks.
So. Any sort of European bands who, you know, were known in Indonesia, from punk and metal maybe?
Apa Gir? Metal. Judas Priest from here.
Judas Priest, yeah.
They're also really big.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, many things. Everything is popular. They know over there. Yeah. But British pop like Morrissey, you know, The Cure, Oasis, very popular, even more.
Really?
Very, very popular. And
So maybe people like the British voice, maybe, or the British, you know, lyrics.
I think the attitude.
Maybe? Attitude. Okay.
Yeah, the attitude is not like American pop. It's very different, right? It's very.
Yeah,
It's the attitude. It's the. You know, me myself, I'm a Bowie fan, so So it's the attitude that I like. It's not just the musician, but it's got something else
on the stage.
Yeah,
you know, the performance.
and persona, stuff like that. That's why a lot of young people in Indonesia, they try to become or to look like British pop stars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. And yourself there.
I was curious about the instrument building.
Uh,
How many instruments have you built?
Because with the Senyawa, I use this. uh, Different. I have like just apa ya, how to building instrument. I have like a method, like one you can use what you want to look, and then one the method that from television, you know, and then the best the best method is the if the influence coming the reality, the very real, and then now let's building instrument like how I presentation my, you know, if painting they making painter, if me like building instrument.
So it's like paint. It's like painting.
Yeah, like yeah. Maybe I have how many, yeah? Because sometimes after the exhibition, when exhibition, that like interaction and interaction exhibition, audience can coming and reply, and then I just tulis, I brought please thoughts or please don't thoughts and just what, and then please thoughts, please reply like that, and then yeah, yeah.
Would you do a workshop with making instruments?
I do workshop in one time in Berlin and one time in San Francisco, and one time in Japan, and I in Frankfurt too. I open my studio for 2 weeks. People can just coming and trying, and then going and coming again. Yeah, and then yeah.
Do you have any workshops in the future?
Because Senyawa so many tour, yeah. But next year I want off. Because I now I feel not really strong, and then I need making strong, you know, like I have research about my rules, and then maybe yeah, if that's ready I can just put on the internet. Yeah, but I don't know, it's like don't have time, all just for the tour until January, yeah, until February I think.
Too many tours.
Too many tours.
Yeah.
Maybe after a year off.
Yeah. Maybe next time you come back to UK, you know, spend few more
You
days for
definitely should.
instrument building workshop and choir workshop would be perfect.
That really would be perfect. Anyone else at all? Okay. Well, you can catch Senyawa tonight.
Yes, please coming.
Definitely come.
Yeah.
Any other, plans you have in the future which you want to tell people about, records or anything like that, or?
On December, we making the solo concert, the first solo concert in Jakarta, in Indonesia, in our country. Yeah, I hope it's gonna be fine. And now
so
we
the
try,
first Senyawa concert in Indonesia.
Yeah, we
Okay.
try collect the money to to making concert.
Yeah, because we've been touring all over. We play few different solo concerts everywhere, but never done in our own country.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's the time to do, but nobody want to do it for us, so we have to do it ourselves. Like,
yeah.
Where are you going to play?
In Jakarta.
Yeah, in the capital.
Yeah, in
A
the
venue in Jakarta.
Yeah, but it's like a venue for normally for orchestra, for
theater,
huge,
orchestra,
theater,
that's,
yeah.
old building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to tour a lot
Yeah.
to get money, and then
Yeah, we
decide
rent
to
the building.
concert.
We buy the sound system.
Because when we
Yeah,
play in
it's
Indonesia, it's normally very bad sound system
Yes.
or bad venue. That's why people like this kind of music.
Yeah.
You know why they go everywhere. This is not good. You know. So okay, let's
do it with the perfect conditions.
We hire our own team. You know, we choose the sound system ourselves. Everything we do it ourselves. Yeah.
Hope it goes well.
Me too.
So without further ado, say thanks to Senyawa, and thanks
Thank
for coming
you.
to these talks.
Thank you.